Hello, everybody. It's Monday, woohoo! And it is week 5, month 2 of social isolation and everything else. I hope you've had a great weekend and you are ready for some stretching and bending and breathing and what have you for the next half an hour. If you're there, say hello. If you're not, I hope you catch up with this later in the day. Hello, Chris. Nice to see you. Hope you had a good weekend. And so today is stretching and a bit of balance and a bit of core work all thrown in together. So again, as ever, go at your own level. Take it down a notch if it's a little bit challenging for you. Morning, Joe. If it's a bit challenging for you, just take it down and go at your pace as well. So if I'm going a bit quickly, I apologise, but I can't see what you're doing. And I've just noticed there's a little number on my screen telling me how many people are watching, I think. There's 8. That's good. So hello to all of you. Good morning and good afternoon. Oh, that's my phone ringing. Let's hope they don't ring again because that's going to be really distracting. Shall we get on with it? Let's start with some, hi Shelley, let's get on with some sun salutations. So, come up to the front of your mat, take a big deep breath in, bring your arms up high, fill the lungs, breathe in and breathe out as you reach forward down to your toes. Breathe in, looking up and straighten the back. Breathe out as you take your hands and toes and then your belly down to the mat. Breathe in as you push up, looking up to the sky, and then breathe out as we move into downward dog. Pushing your heels into the mat. So taking 5 deep breaths in this position. In through the chest, out through the belly. Engaging your stomach muscles every time you breathe out, deepening the stretch. Taking your eyes to between your ankles and knees, head down between your shoulders. Another couple of deep breaths, pushing the heels down to the ground if you can. If you have to bend your knees, that's okay. Just feel a stretch down the shoulders, the lower back, and the hamstrings and the calves. One more deep breath. Engaging the stomach muscles, and then walk or step your feet to your hands. Breathe out as you just drop down again, and then big breath in as you reach up and relax down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Okay, so again, big breath in, fill the lungs, reaching up. Breathe out as you fall forwards. Breathe in, looking up, straighten the back, and then hands and feet to the mat as you breathe out and drop your belly down. Pushing up with the arms, breathing in, and then again into downward dog. Breathing out. Holding that position, pushing your heels down to the ground, looking down between your ankles. Big breath in through the chest, out through the belly. Every time you breathe out, just engage your stomach muscles and deepen that stretch a little bit further. Another 2 deep breaths. In through the chest, out through the belly. Deepening that stretch, engaging your stomach muscles every time you breathe out. And take a breath in, step or walk your feet to your hands, straighten your legs and breathe out as you just curl down again. Breathe in as you reach up to the ceiling and exhale again. Okay, one more time. Big breath in. And exhale, hands down to the mat. Breathe in, looking up, flatten the back. And breathe out as you step or walk your feet back. Hands and chest and belly to the ground. Breathe in as you look up. And breathe out as you come back into downward dog. Pushing through the heels. Taking your eyes down between your knees and your calf and your ankles. Big breath in through the nose, out through the belly. And another 4 of those. Engaging your stomach muscles every time you breathe out, suck that tummy in. Deepening the stretch. 1 more. And step or walk your feet to your hands. Breathe out as you just relax down again. And then last big breath in as you reach up. And exhale again. Okay. So we're going to do 2 more of those, and this time with a lunging. So you're going to get a little bit of extra stretch through your hips and quads and hamstrings. Okay, so same again. Big breath in. Big breath in. Breathe out as you curl down. Breathe in as you look up, and as you step back, breathe out, drop down to the mat. Curling up again, and then back into downward dog. So we're going to take another 5 deep breaths in the downward dog position. Legs are strong, pushing down through the heels. Another 3. And this time you're going to take your right foot forwards in between your hands. Rotate out and reach up to the ceiling. In this position you're going to take another 5 deep breaths, okay? So you're holding nice and strong, arms up, keeping that active leg at the front and the straight leg at the back. Another 3 breaths. Engage your stomach every time you breathe out. And 1 more. And come down. Hands to the mat, take a step back and down onto belly. Again, pushing up, looking up, and then coming into downward dog. We're going to step forwards now with your left foot. So left foot forwards, right foot out, and reaching up. I've got my back to you this time. Another 5 deep breaths in this stretched position. Stretching out up to the ceiling. Engaging your core muscles. Another 2 breaths. And hands to the mat, take your foot back, drop down, and come back up into upward dog, and again into downward dog. Bring both feet forwards to the hands, and relax down. Big breath in, reaching up, and relax down. Okay, 1 more of those. Should be feeling nicely warm, warming up. Getting a little bit puffed even, but also getting the core engaged and getting those muscles warm. 1 more of those. Big breath in. Breathe out as you fold forwards, look up, breathe in. Hands to the mat, feet back, down to the floor. Pushing up with the arms as you breathe in. Into downward dog as you exhale. Hold for 5 breaths. Feeling the stretch through the hamstrings, the calves, the shoulders. Big breath in through the chest, out through the belly, engaging the core. 2 more big breaths. Right foot between your hands, left foot out. Come up. Reaching to the ceiling, 5 deep breaths. Holding that strong position. In through the chest, out through the belly. Another 4. Good. 2 more. And hands to the mat, foot back, dropping down into the belly, pushing up into an upward dog, and again, exhaling into a downward dog. Okay, hopefully you're all here now. Left leg forward between the hands, right foot turned out, reaching up. 5 deep breaths, you've probably got 4 more to go. In through the chest, Out through the belly, engaging that stomach muscle every time you breathe out. 3 more. And 1 more. Hands down to the side of the foot. Take the foot back. Dropping down to the belly, pushing up. And exhale into downward dog. And when you're in the downward dog position, walk or step feet back up to the hands, straighten the legs, breathe out as you relax down. Big breath in, and out again. Okay, relaxing there. All right, we're going to do some hamstring stretches. You're going to stand with your feet. Let me just take that. Feet are doing, hopefully. All right. Feet are wider than hip width apart. Your feet are pointing forwards. Standing tall, shoulders back, engage your core. Big breath in. Through the lungs, breathe out. Folding forwards as far as you can go. And 5 deep breaths. Big breath in through the chest, out through the belly. Every time you breathe out, engage your stomach muscles to deepen that stretch. So use your stomach to pull you further back so that you can walk your hands a little bit further back each time. Doesn't matter if they're touching the floor or not. Just feel your stomach do the work to engage in that stretch. 1 more breath. Take a deep breath in, put your hands on your hips and look up. And then slowly come up, nice and straight. Let the world adjust in case you're feeling a bit lightheaded. We're going to do that again with our feet. Just wiggle your feet out a little bit more. Okay. So feet are even wider, but your toes are still pointing forwards. Again. Big breath in, shoulders back, chest out, breathe out. Take your hands to the mat. You might be able to touch the mat this time. And this time, move your hands to your left-hand side. And just take 5 deep breaths on this left-hand side. Again, using the stomach muscles to draw you deeper into that stretch with every exhale. Legs should be straight. Back's relaxed, shoulders are curled. 1 more deep breath. And then we move to the other side. Same thing. 5 deep breaths, using those stomach muscles to deepen the stretch. And 1 more. Hands to the middle and slowly come up, leading with your head. Okay, now in this wide leg stance, take your left toes, point them out that way. Your right toes is still pointing forwards. What we're going to do now is just bend that left knee. And just make sure that your knee is not too flexed. And all I want you to do is just reach out, look over your left front knee, open up the chest and take 5 deep breaths. So this back leg should also be nice and locked and strong. You've got 3 more. Engaging that stomach muscle every time you breathe out. 2 more. And 1 more. Come up, swap your feet around. Same thing, other side. Make sure those shoulders are back, open up the chest, dropping down to the right side. Keep that knee back, try not to let it flop forward. So you're really opening up your chest and keeping that knee in a nice straight line over your toes. Looking over your right bent knee, you've got another 4 deep breaths. Again, big breath in through the chest, out through the belly. Keep those shoulders back, back nice and straight. 2 more. And up you come, and walk your feet back in. Give them a little bit of a shake out. Okay. Last one with the legs wide. This time we'll do that sort of bent over triangle sort of thing. So feet are at widening your hips. Take your left foot forwards, arms out wide. Shove your hips over to the right side and then just tilt over. So your right arm's up to the ceiling, your chest is open, and your left hand is on your leg, on your left leg. Both legs are really straight. And just rest your hand where you are comfortable. If you can go all the way down, then do, but you want to be taking 5 deep breaths. You've got 3 more. Engaging that stomach every time you breathe out, deepening that stretch. Don't overstretch it, go within your limit. You know what feels good. 1 more breath. And coming up, nice and slow. Swapping sides, swap your feet over. Arms are outstretched. Push your hips over to the other side. So your hips are pushed out to your left, and you're just bending down to the right hand side. Left arm is stretched up to the ceiling, chest is open, and your legs are strong and straight. You've got 3 more deep breaths in that position. Hold it nice and strong. And up you come, nice and slow. Okay, shake it out a little bit. Alright, so we are going to now do a little bit of balancing. I'm sure this is a bit that you love, but practice makes perfect, apparently. So we're going to start with just having, standing on one leg, and just bring your knee up and hold it. Nothing more than that, just stand nice and straight so that you are not hunched. So really stand tall and take 5 deep breaths in this position. Fix on the spot, actively engage your core. So every time you breathe out, your stomach muscles contract. 2 more breaths, standing tall, shoulders back, chest out. And relax, swap sides. If you can only hold your knee like so, then that's okay. Just hold it where you are comfortable, just keep the back nice and straight. 3 more deep breaths. Shoulders back, chest out, engaging your stomach muscles. And 1 more. And relax, shake them out. Okay, we're going to do this one where your foot is either on your calf, at your knee, or a little bit higher if you are able. Okay, find your position. Again, stand tall. Arms out. Engage your core muscles. Stretching through the chest, stretching your arms away from you, and looking over to the opposite side to the bent knee. So I've got a right bent knee, so I'm looking over to my left. 4 more deep breaths, focusing on a spot, maintaining the balance and strength in that standing leg. Engage your core. And 1 more breath, and relax. Swap sides. Find that position that you're happy with. Arms out straight. Look to the opposite side to the bent knee. And breathe. 5 deep breaths. Filling the lungs. Exhaling through the belly, actively engaging those stomach muscles. 3 more. And relax. Shake out the legs. How's that balance going? Getting a bit better? I hope so. Okay, so we're going to move on to the quad stretch. Onto one leg again, grab a foot and hand. Now, if this is your limited where you can go, hold this point. If you've got more strength, balance and flexibility, take your opposite hand forwards. Bend your standing knee a little bit and open up the hip. So pushing into the back hand. 5 deep breaths, engaging the core muscles, working that standing leg, stretching out the hip and the quad. 2 more. And come back up and swap sides. Standing on your other leg, grab foot in hand, opposite hand forwards, reaching forward, pushing the back leg out, and hold for 5 deep breaths. Keep that balance point, engaging the core. Every time you breathe out, engage that stomach muscle. 1 more breath. And relax. Good, shake it out a little bit. One last standing position. Well, it's a sort of a standing, kneeling position, really. And we're going to stretch out the hip flexors and the lower back with this one. So you want to come down onto the mat, come onto one knee, take the other foot quite a long way forwards, but then push your hips forwards into that bent knee. Do what you like with the back foot, either flat or flexed. I prefer it flexed, it gives me a bit more stability. So if you have your left knee forwards, you want to take your right elbow, cross that knee, put your hands together, lift the left elbow and look over that left shoulder. Now take 5 deep breaths in this position. Every time you breathe out, just use your stomach muscles to deepen that rotation and that stretch. Okay, you must have about 3 more to go. Big breath in through the chest, out through the belly, deepening that rotation, getting a stronger stretch in your lower back. 1 more breath. And eyes forwards, pushing back onto both knees and then swap sides. Again, taking that other leg forwards by quite a long way so you've got room to push your hips into it. So I've got my right knee forwards, which means my left elbow is going across the knee. Put my hands together, bring the opposite elbow up to the sky. Again, 5 deep breaths, deepening that rotation every time you breathe out. Big breath in through the chest, out through the belly. Flicking over that right shoulder every time you deepen that stretch a little bit further. And 1 more. And relax, looking forwards and pushing back. Okay. Alright, let's go onto the mat. Let's do some seated stretching. Now this time we're going to sit with our legs wide as you can go. Again, I'm not very flexible, so just drop the camera a little bit. Okay, as we're now sitting. Okay, so take those feet as wide as you're comfortable. You still want to be able to sit up nice and tall and flex your feet so that your feet are pointing upwards, so you're working the front of these legs and also your quads. So these muscles should be nice and hard. Alright, so standing up tall. So take a deep breath in and breathe out and just walk your hands forward. I'm really not going to go very far. You may be more flexible than me, or you may not, but go within your limits. Big breath in through the chest, out through the belly, just going a little bit deeper with every exhale. Remember your toes are still pointing upwards. Big breath in through the chest, out through the belly. Let's do 2 more deep breaths. In through the chest, out through the belly. Feel the stretch down there. You should feel it down the abductors, adductors, and also your lower back a little bit. You're still working those stomach muscles. 1 more. In through the chest, out through the belly. Okay. Oh, coming up. I barely moved there. Need a bit of work on that. Okay, this time we're going to bring our feet together. No, we're going to put our 1 foot into our thigh. So bend your right knee, put your foot in your thigh, sit up on your bum bones and sit nice and tall. Again, this leg is nice and strong. Feel that muscle contracted here. Sitting up tall, big breath in, and breathe out as you reach towards that left toe, ankle, shin, knee, wherever you can go. Remember your toes are flexed, and you're taking another 4 deep breaths, okay? Using your stomach to bring you deeper into that stretch every time you breathe out. 2 more. And 1 more. Coming up, let's swap legs. So again, your right leg is contracted, thighs nice and strong. Point the toes up to the ceiling. Sit up tall on your bum bones. Try and reach forward with your chest rather than your shoulders. Don't watch me. Don't do how I'm doing it, because I can't do any better. Big breath in through the chest, out through the belly. Breathing out every time you come back down. So the stomach's doing the work, deepening the stretch. Let's take 2 more deep breaths. And come up. Okay. Still seated. Both legs flat. Bend your right knee. Take it across your left knee. Get your left elbow. Put it over your left knee, over your right knee, and look over your right shoulder. Again, 5 deep breaths. Every time you breathe out, just look a little bit further around that right shoulder. One more. And unravel yourself. Bend your left knee, take it across your right knee. Put your right elbow on that left knee and look over your left shoulder. Your left hand should be on the mat, on the ground. 5 deep breaths. Every time you breathe out, engage your stomach muscles. Go a little bit deeper into that rotation. 3 more. And relax, unravel yourself. Okay, we're going to do one last seated exercise, and you're either going to sit cross-legged or bring your feet together and sit like that. So you want to put your elbows onto your knees, sit up nice and tall, and just focus on the spot, sit tall and feel the stretch. 5 deep breaths. Sitting tall, engaging your core muscles and your back muscles. One more deep breath in through the chest and out through the belly. And relax. Okay. We're going to do 2 last stretches. One you might want to do or you might not want to do. We'll do this one first. We're going to try and do a shoulder stand. Now, don't do anything stupid. What I'd like you to do, just lie on your back and